Teacher and guide in the persons of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I would like to greet the believers in the nation's greetings of peace and the paradise of Assalamu alaikum. How is everyone doing today? All praise is due to Allah. Welcome to Muhammad's Temple of Islam number 12.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to your home. Home of all of the believers who believe in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. This is just not the home of the believers who live in Philadelphia, but anybody who is a registered believer or follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you have a home here. Is that right?
That's right.
We have a home that we dedicated to you. Is that right? To serve the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and to serve the needs of the black man, and to serve the needs of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and to serve the needs of Allah in person. Is that right? Yes. We have a beautiful array of ministers that's coming from across the wilderness of North America today, this weekend. We are in unity today, and we would like to welcome you to an extravaganza where we will like to welcome the coming of our Savior on July 4th to mark our independence as a nation. Is that right?
That's right.
We have a beautiful resident brother minister here, Al-Mutaquan Ali, and he's our registered brother minister here, and I would like to bring him up with a long, hard round of applause. Al-Mutaquan Ali, and I'll leave as I greet you. Assalamu alaikum.
In the most holy name of Allah, the all-wise, the true and living God, the one who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, let me greet the believers with the nation's greetings of peace and the paradise of Assalamu alaikum. It's a wonderful day we got planned today, but it's not over. We got more coming on for you tomorrow. We are one.
Yes, sir.
If you leave here with anything today, leave with the fact that we are one.
Yes, sir.
Divisions have been tried.
Right.
The fact that we are here shows that they failed.
Right. Yes, sir.
We got a beautiful brother minister coming before us. I could say great things about him, but I want to bring Brother Minister Hot up from New York City, and I want Brother Minister Hot to talk a little bit about Brother Minister Basir. And he'll formally bring others up as, you know, as need be.
Yes, sir.
But I know that he can speak a little more about Brother Minister than I can, because he's right up under him, and he's working with them, and they are building. So, Brother Minister, would you be kind enough to come up and share with the believers?
Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his divine servant and messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I greet my brothers and sisters in the greeting words of peace and paradise, in the language that was stolen from us, that was raped and ripped from our tongue before we were brought from Africa to America. I greet you in those divine words once again. Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure to be here in Temple number 12 here in Philadelphia.
Yes, sir.
We have received a warm welcome from the believers here. We thank you. We are so happy to be among you in the city that they call brotherly love. But this is the house of brotherly love.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And sisterly love.
Yes, sir.
That's right. We want to make that clear. We want to be able to leave here, brother, with good feelings, because you cannot disrespect and disconnect yourself from our sisters, because we are one. Is that right? Yes, Brother Mutaquan said, we are one. I don't want to be up here long, because I want to talk a little bit about the brother that you're going to hear, the minister that you will hear this afternoon. I came in the nation in New York City, and there's a saying among the brothers and sisters in the nation of Islam: you know a tree by the fruit it bears.
Yes, sir.
You know the tree by the fruit that it bears, and you know a man by his works. How do you measure a man and a woman? How do you determine their credibility? You determine that by the works that they produce.
Yes, sir.
And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was that and is that type of man. He produced men and women in every city in America that everybody was able to identify. Many people didn't even know that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was the leader because he produced men that shine and had brightness among themselves. But he was in fact the mover and the shaker and the motivator and the brain behind the Nation of Islam. Is that right?
That's right.
When we say Allah, we're not talking about a spook. We want to make that clear. We're not talking about some spirit up in the sky. We ain't talking about something that is immaterial. We are talking about a real, live human being, Allah in person. Is that right? That's right. All praises are due to Allah. I first laid my eyes on Minister Basir in 1970 in New York City. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad had sent him to many of the temples on the East Coast to teach and to instruct and to impart upon us the wisdom that was given to him. I was very impressed with that. It laid a very impressionable thing on my mind. And I didn't hear from him until years later when I got a chance to reconnect with him. But Minister Basir lived with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for 3.5 years. And this is not to say, brothers and sisters, that what you, all of you who have read the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, have read his books, that listen to his words, you are also blessed to have been exposed to the teachings. But Minister Basir sat in his home, lived with him, was at his feet, and was instructed by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So if a man that sat and listened to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in that capacity, we want to hear from him. Is that right?
That's right.
Yes, sir.
If he sat with this man, the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he told him something that me and you may not have been privileged to hear.
Right.
So we want to listen intently. We want to listen with focus to hear what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has told him. I remember when the ministers, you would come back from Chicago from getting instructions from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we would be on the edge of our seat because we wanted to hear what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had given to them for us. So brothers and sisters, be calm and listen to what has to be said today. And we thank each and every one of you for coming out here. And we are all blessed. Never think that you have not a blessed person. We are the most dedicated, the most committed, and the fearless people on the planet. I've heard those black people in Charleston, South Carolina. My family, my father was from South Carolina. He was a Geechee man. Some of y'all know what a Geechee is?
Yes, right.
Yeah, some of y'all from South Carolina, huh? Yeah. But they were apologizing, saying that they were sorry for this little white boy murdering 9 of our brothers and sisters. They are apologizing. We don't apologize for none of that.
That's right.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, fight with those that fight against you. Never be the aggressor. So Minister Basir is asking and promoting and teaching the unity, not just of Muslims, not just of registered believers in the Nation of Islam, but the unity of every black man and woman in America. That's what we need.
That's right, yes, sir.
We need unity among our people, and that is what's hurting us. And you're going to hear him talk about how we can come together and be in unity with each other.
Yes, sir.
But I want to bring up a brother that can talk a little more personal about Minister Basir. And that's his son,
Yes, sir.
Minister Yusuf Muhammad,
Yes, sir.
who was under his father since a little boy and came into the ministry. You know, when you have, I have children, and sometimes, you know, we wish our children to be like us.
Yes.
If you are a carpenter wants his son to be a carpenter like him.
That's right.
Right.
A sister who's a seamstress or a teacher, she wants her daughter to be a teacher or a seamstress. If a man is a businessman, he wants his son to take over his business.
Yes.
But sometimes we know that don't work out. Some of our children may not feel the same way we do.
That's right.
But that don't make what we are doing in our work in the Nation of Islam not right. But here is a son that is working and living and doing the work not only of his father, but the father of Minister Basir, who is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Minister Yusuf Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
In the name of Allah, He came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. We thank Allah for raising up one from among us to guide us back into the knowledge of God, self, and the devil. Speak none other than Allah's last and true messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to greet each and every one of you in greeting words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sir.
Hope everyone's feeling well today.
Yes, sir.
It's a beautiful day that we are here for. And as the brother Minister Hawk said, I will share a few things with you about Brother Minister. But first I'd like to say I am blessed and thankful for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
You know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that he raised up a regiment or a cloud of ministers to go out through the land to reach the people that he could not reach.
Yes, sir.
And today we only have a handful of ministers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's right.
And fewer than that teach what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught.
That's right.
I'm not talking about ministers that just came up today. I'm talking about ministers that were the messenger taught, or that was under the messenger in the time of the messenger that he was among us.
Yes, sir.
We have hardly no ministers now that has been teaching what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught. So I am thankful for our brother minister, Basir Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
And I'm grateful that he was among those ministers that was taught by the messenger. And I say for this day that we are living in to guide us aright. Because as our board says, which one will survive the war Armageddon? See, everybody's going in different ways, and we need one that can direct us and give us the understanding of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, I was born a Muslim. So I'll try not to
Take your time.
get emotional because I get emotional about this.
Take your time, sir.
I love being a Muslim.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Growing up, you know, it was rough for us, me and my brothers and my sister, because we didn't have a father like most people have. Brother Minister Basir, when I got up in the morning on the weekend, he was gone. So I would ask my mom, where's Dad? And she said it was a messenger morning, so he had to go. And I wanted to be like him so much that I'm a little boy pulling out my dresser, standing behind it like it's a pole.
Beautiful.
Brother Minister was always gone. When he was at home and he had something to do, he always took us with him. That was the time we got to spend with him. We didn't never joke with him because he was trained that we were living in a serious time.
That's right.
Even though we being children, we wanted to play with our father. But hey, he was no nonsense.
Right.
You know, we want to play with him with our lessons.
Right.
He'll ask us questions and we'll answer. That's how me and my brothers played. Because we knew that he was going to question us. Because he's serious about this.
Yes, sir.
You know, this was never a joke to him.
That's right. Think about it.
And it has not been easy growing up under a man like that. So I can imagine how this brother felt being around the messenger.
Yes, sir.
You know, we were afraid to say certain things around Brother Minister because we didn't know how he was going to react. You know, and those are things we miss. You want to know your father in that type of way, but growing up, I did not know him that type of way. But I knew and always knew he loved us. Now today, he a little soft.
Not too much.
I said a little bit.
Not too much.
But Talib said not too much, you know. And he's a little soft today. And I think a lot from his brother. And I try to get all the knowledge and wisdom and understanding I can get. But time is short. And Brother Minister is almost 90 years old. And he won't stop. Brother Minister won't stop. Sometimes in San Antonio, I'll be ready with my subject to teach, and I don't know it, I'm teaching. He just won't stop. And we thank Allah for blessing him with the energy and power to continue to move around this country to give us some of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that was given to him by Allah's last and true messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
So, brothers and sisters, I don't want to take up no more of your time. I just want to share with you how Brother Minister was, a little bit about it, as I grew up, first-hand account.
Yes, sir.
And I can just say that I am thankful that I have my father today.
Yes, sir.
Because I didn't have him in that sense yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had him in his hand, put him out here to do the work that was needed to get to our people. So this brother has never stopped, never changed, never deviated, no matter what those the people who don't like him say about him. You know, he told me the messenger trained him. You know, I would tell him things today, Brother Minister, they saying this about you. You say, I ain't gonna pay that no mind.
That's right.
For what? You're not gonna buy into that. You know, people are seeing the Nation of Islam coming together for this day, and you know they are talking about this day in a negative way. What kind of people is that?
Right.
We come together in the name of Allah and His Messenger.
Right.
We come together in unity to be able to learn how to work together and do something for ourselves as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us.
That's right.
And there are those who do not want this to take place.
That's right.
They call out the names of our ministers sitting here
That's right.
because they are jealous and envy that motion is being made.
That's right.
That's right.
And they don't want no motion, as we was talking earlier. They don't want no motion because they want to sit at their home. And as Brother Minister said earlier, there are practicing Muslims and then there are believers.
Right.
They want to sit at home and believe and not practice,
Yes,
so
sir.
they talk against those who are practicing.
Yes,
sir.
Because those who are practicing those who are practicing are shining a light. And those who are just believers are trying to condemn the practicing Muslim, the one who's putting his foot forward to do something. They want to condemn it because they don't want the law to be enforced.
That's right.
And if the law is not enforced, hey, do what you want.
Right.
That's what's wrong with the people.
Yes, sir.
So we are here, all of us.
Yes,
We
sir.
are here
Yes, sir.
because we love Allah,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
we love His messenger,
Yes, sir.
and we believe in the law. And we have to keep fighting like never before.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes,
the time is at hand. So brothers and sisters, without further ado, I'm going to bring up Brother Minister,
Yes, sir.
Basir Muhammad, who is a representative of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Yes, sir.
and will always be a representative
That's right.
of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, whether you like it or not.
That's right.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
In the most holy name of Almighty God, who came in the personage of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are due fair. We of the Lost Foundation of Islam here in the wilderness of North America can never give enough praise and thanks to Allah for raising up from among us His last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
The honorable Elijah Muhammad gave me a traveling letter. As Brother Minister Hart mentioned, when I got to New York, a traveling letter is to let everybody know that you are authorized to visit this temple or that temple, and you are in good standing.
Right. Yes, sir.
So at that time, Muslims wasn't allowed to just go on their own anywhere they wanted to go. So in this traveling letter, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that he pray Allah that He blesses me in spreading the truth throughout the country,
That's right.
and to please give His greetings to the believers wherever He saw them.
That's right.
So everywhere I go, I extend the greetings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad
Yes, sir.
to the believers. I greet you in His name. Salaam alaikum. All praises to Allah. I'm thankful to be here today. There's not a better place that I could be than among those who believe.
Right. That's right.
And on this day, which is our Independence Day,
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
Make it plain. Make it plain.
the devil have an Independence Day on this day also.
That's right.
But his Independence Day is not from God.
That's right.
God came to make us independent of the devil and everyone else.
Yes, sir.
He came to give us that which we had not had in over 400 years.
Yes, sir.
To bring us back into the knowledge of self, God and the devil. We have been a people that have been lost for over 400 years.
Yes, sir.
Allah came, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught us, to unite us, bring us back into the knowledge of self,
Yes, sir.
make us independent, and put us on our own throne, on land that we could call our own.
That's
Yes, sir.
right. Yes, sir.
As God made his covenant with Abraham in Genesis 15, 13, 14. God told Abraham that thy seed, the black man hanging on the tree, would be in a strain in a land that is not his own. They would be tormented and afflicted for 400 years.
Yes, sir.
But the people whom they serve, I will come and judge. I will bring them out of that land into a land of their own in good substance. We have been waiting for the good substance that is due us. We become impatient. Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had taught us that if we accept Islam, that God, Allah, would put us in good homes, money, friendship, and all walks of life.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Many of us that heard this and accepted Islam, we thought that it would happen overnight.
Yes, sir.
We all want good homes, money, friendship, and all walks of life.
That's right.
But we don't always get what we want when we want it.
That's right. That's right.
So many of our brothers and sisters go back into the streets
Right.
Big man.
looking for a piece of America.
Yes, sir.
Big man.
That's what we do.
But they don't understand that we are being tried.
Yes, sir.
Before you are given that which you want, you have to be tried.
Big man.
Yes, sir.
The Holy Quran says, I'll be forever trying you.
Yes, sir.
How do you know a person really loves you unless you try them?
Right.
Yes, sir.
You got that.
Obedience to God is the number one thing.
Yes, sir.
And obedience to his messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Many are going around saying that I'm teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I believe in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But how much do they believe?
Right.
Good question.
Brother Minister Yusuf said they are believing Muslims and are practicing Muslims.
Yes, sir.
Practicing Muslims